Hi everybody, my name is Yasmin Abraham with the Cambo Energy Group. I'm here to talk to you today about energy poverty. Cambo and the EFL have been working on this issue for the past 2 years to build awareness of this issue across our province. One of the many things we did this year was to create a video that highlights this experience. I'm so pleased today to have you see the worldwide debut of this video.
You love your home. It's old, and it's not perfect, but it's yours. But your old furnace can't really keep up with the drafts. And you don't have the money for a more efficient furnace or new windows, so you make do. There are efficiency programs that could help, but you can't afford to pay up front or to take on any more debt. Then, the cold hits. Your bills are already too high, cash is tight, and you're just trying to figure out how to make it to the end of the month. So you stop using the furnace to heat the whole house and instead pick just a few rooms to heat with an electric heater in the hopes of saving money on your bills. There's going to be another bad bill after the cold snap, and you worry that living in a cold, drafty house is making your kids sick. This sounds like something that happens to an unfortunate few. Maybe even somewhere far, far away. But it's happening here, now. 1 in 5 Albertan households struggle to afford to heat and cool their homes. This isn't folks who didn't balance their budgets well. These are tenants and homeowners, hard-working Albertan families living in cold and sometimes unsafe homes that they can't afford to update. And with rising costs, even the most careful planners are facing tough choices. This is not just an Alberta problem. Families all over Canada face this challenge, but Alberta is the only province without a home upgrade program to help address energy poverty. We can fix that. Empower Me's home upgrade program will offer lower-income families a way to get help and provide impactful solutions that meet Albertans where they are. We assess participants' homes and conduct upgrades that make their homes healthier and help them save money on their utilities. It's targeted to those who need it most and goes far beyond new shower heads and light bulbs. From community-based education to significant upgrades. Together, we can help support Albertans who are slipping through the cracks. To learn more about how Empower Me and our partners are helping address energy poverty and how you can help, visit empowerme.ca/energypoverty.
The structure and efficiency of a home has a direct impact on the consumption of energy and energy bills. The more inefficient a household is, the more energy it uses to heat and cool the home, and the higher the bills are. Data shows that lower-income households tend to live in more inefficient homes than the general population. For these households, energy bills are 30% higher, and their incomes are 50% lower. So at these numbers, you can really start to see how tough choices are starting to be made for these families. Energy efficiency is a proven and cost-effective way to reduce consumption, lower bills, improve the safety and comfort of homes, and reduce greenhouse gases. And you might say, well, Yasmin, there are programs available. The federal government has the Greener Homes program where you can get up to $5,000 to upgrade your home. And we have financing programs launching across our province. The challenge with these programs is that they require capital costs and capital cash to participate. Or they require households to take on additional debt, which is not always an appropriate solution for these households. We are lucky, we do have charities across the province that will offer to help pay for some of these high bills when people are really struggling. This is very important, but it's a Band-Aid approach and won't help solve the issue next month when the next high bill arrives. Provinces across Canada offer their residents struggling with energy poverty significant energy efficiency upgrades at zero cost. Support has been available in Canada since the early 90s, and yet our Albertan neighbors are quite literally left out in the cold. Even the US has had an energy efficiency program for their low-income households across that country for over 40 years. But in Alberta, without support, households are stuck in a cycle of high bills, arrears, and utility cutoffs with very few options or ways out. Next year, in partnership with the Alberta Eco Trust Foundation and others, we are launching the Home Upgrades Program to reduce energy poverty in households across Calgary and Edmonton. I'm so excited to tell you more about this program and hope to spark your interest to learn more. This is Romeo. Romeo lives here in Calgary. We met Romeo in 2019. He was down on his luck. He had recently lost his catering business that he had had for many years. He was receiving $1,600 a month in AISH payments. His energy bills were $430 a month, and he was $1,500 in arrears with his utility. 10 years ago, his very old furnace eventually broke, and it was a very cold winter, and because his house was not warm, his pipes froze. Romeo was living without electricity and water for 10 years, and he didn't tell anybody. Nobody knew. It's impossible for Romeo to upgrade his home. There are thousands of Romeos across our province who are struggling. 1 in 5 Albertan households pays a disproportionate amount on their energy bills. Perhaps unsurprisingly, the groups that experience energy poverty are also experience multiple intersectional barriers in our society. 29% of seniors experience energy poverty, 16% of visible minorities, 31% of single parents, the majority whom are single moms. It's important to mention the lack of data that we have in Indigenous communities across our country. Canada has no idea how much money is spent on energy in Indigenous communities. Cambo has been working in this area for over 13 years. Our own data shows that these communities spend 3 to 5 times the energy bills than the general population. Incomes are 77% lower, and 44% of households are in need of major repairs. The impacts of energy poverty has been well studied, from increased stress and mental health impacts to cardiovascular, respiratory, pulmonary disease, lower birth weights of infants, more days off school, less caloric intake. It's a predictor of winter deaths. The impacts of energy poverty are so much more than just a high bill. What can we do? Countries and jurisdictions across the world have demonstrated the benefits of deep energy retrofits in lower-income households. It's a proven approach that provides the best savings for the minimum cost, and it's an equitable and economic approach to alleviating energy poverty. The Home Upgrades Program will offer assessments of each home to determine which upgrades are the most appropriate to install to maximize affordability over the budget of the program. Each home will receive the upgrades that are most appropriate for them. In addition to traditional lighting and water-saving devices, we'll be installing windows, insulation, furnaces, and doing hours and hours and hours of air sealing. We'll be offering education in multiple languages to ensure residents have the tools they need to maximize the reduction in their bills. And we'll be hiring from the communities we serve, focusing our work on those who need it most and making sure we meet communities where they are. Through it all, we'll be reducing bills, making homes safer and more comfortable, building equity in the energy landscape, and reducing greenhouse gases in homes that would never be retrofitted without our help. I invite you to join our party. We are looking for additional partners and funders to support this work. Please join me in the breakout room, and if you can't, I have business cards that I can share with you. Thank you so much for your time.